I got a block of wood here that's made out of some willow, and I have put some acrylic, filled these holes with acrylic. I did this, I don't know, I guess it's been over a year ago when I was just roughing out a bunch of blocks, but I got my tenon cut in it in the bottom, so I'm gonna mount it up and we're gonna make us one of them candlesticks. Hold tight, see what we got. Okay, somehow I missed hitting the button or something. I got it worked down. Pretty close anyway. If you'll notice how this pulls real strong in certain areas, that loose material. So I'm gonna get a sharp bit and work it down, see if I can't smooth it up just a little bit before we start sanding. Alright, that looks good enough to start sanding. Who says you need stain? A little bit of fire, a little bit of sanding after. You can give a lot of character to that wood. Alright, now we'll finish up in here. Alrighty, good enough. Got a few cracks, but that'll be good. Let's take it inside and go ahead and put a finish on it, and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, I got it inside, mounted up on my little finishing turner here. I have another video that I'm going to put out that everything into making this thing. So if you want to, just look out for it. But I'm going to go ahead and put some finish on here. Alright, today we're going with just a lacquer finish. It says to use a 2-inch or use a all natural bristle brush, but I'm too cheap for that. I don't like cleaning brushes. I like using them and throwing them away, so I'm gonna try and use my 2-inch foam. I know it will use a cheap regular brush, but I'm gonna try this 2-inch foam and see how well that works out on this one. But I know this lacquer, you got to put it on pretty thick. And you got to put it on fast. Well, thick the first time, because it's going to soak in and it dries quick. You have a 2-hour cure time, and you don't have to sand between coats, which makes it real easy. But as I finish this on my homemade tool, I like to turn this stuff by hand where I get a good coat on everything before I actually start turning it with a motor. Especially on this first coat. That way I get it all daubed in, it'll soak in, and I'll smooth it out as I turn, and I can let it turn for however long I need to till it cures to keep from getting any runs. Now, if you ever use this lacquer and you use it inside, beware, you're going to get higher than a kite. I can't have it open long inside here, I'll get a headache. Just beware of that. There are different finishes you can use inside. It's all natural and won't do that, I guess. But this is what I got. This is what I'm going to use. Okay. Now we can... As I'm turning it like this, you can see I'm able to get it all them deep grooves pretty good. On any future coats and with that black color, you may not see that, but on this first coat, you need to get everything real good and pretty thick, especially on this willow. This willow is so porous because it normally contains so much moisture. It's so porous that it'll soak up a lot of it. But I like how it's looking. In fact, a willow tree is the only one I know of that I can cut a log down on. I can set it with a cut side against the ground and it starts growing again. So it has that much moisture in it. Okay, I'm gonna leave this sitting out here, leave it running for 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna let it set up a couple hours and we'll put on at least 2 more coats and I will show you the finished product. Alright, we got our willow candlestick all done. I ended up getting 4 coats of this lacquer on there. No, 5 coats of the lacquer. The last coat, I ended up sanding it and buffing it down good because I had some uneven spots from me putting on so many. Then I put on 1 more coat. It's been drying overnight now, so we got it on here. And how do y'all like that? Now normally that willow wood is can be a pretty boring wood, but once you flame it and torch it and enhance that grain, you can see it real well. And in the top, I always put a cup in there. That way you can put a regular thin candlestick in there, or you can use your 3-inch candlestick, just whichever whoever has it would prefer. Now there you go. Alright, leave me a comment, ask me a question, tell me what you think about it. Talk to y'all later.